Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're here with me for the past 2 weeks, you would know that I've been working on these two Easter themed kits, but today I am finally going to be finishing this mini series with the last of the 3 kits that I purchased. This one is a foam mask kit. It was the cheapest out of all of them, both originally and for what I paid for it, and it is also the one that says it's like the fastest to do, and so it was also the one that I had the least amount of hope or expectations on because it just seemed really simple. Basically, it just gives you a bunch of foam pieces that I was kind of just looking through here, and this like foam mask, and you basically just stick them together. At first, I thought it was gonna be like you glue them on together, but it was much simpler than that, and the foam pieces are actually like stickers on the back, and you just stick them onto the actual mask. So really, really basic and simple, and honestly, it's not like ugly by any means. The glitter flowers, which are these 3 pieces, are actually pretty cute. I really like the purple, but me personally, I wasn't liking the green or the orange flowers. And the glasses, I wasn't a huge fan of like the polka dots with the yellow. Um, and so to kind of make this a bit more custom and a little more my style, I decided I was just going to paint over the flowers and the glasses. So here I was kind of like taking out the foam pieces and sticking them onto the mask. Mostly just like the ear details and the nose. And then using fabric paint, which is just what I assumed would be the best for foam. I guess technically acrylic paint would work, but just to be safe, I went with fabric paint. I did a white base coat on the glasses, and then to cover up the glitter that was on the flowers, I decided to use a white puffy paint since it's thicker. I was really sad to lose like the glittery effect, but honestly, I was not a fan of the green or the orange, and I decided to pick my 3 favorite colors instead, which if you've watched my videos before, you probably already know is blue, pink, and purple. So those are the colors I basically plan on painting. I started painting the glasses with this like dark yellow, which is basically the exact same color it had originally. And originally that was my plan, just to keep it yellow, because again, the yellow didn't really bother me. I just wasn't a huge fan of the polka dots. And then I went over the flowers with the pastel blue, purple, and pink, again with fabric paint. This same fabric paint is actually the same paint I've been using pretty much all year at this point with all the squishies I've been painting. Um, so I was also trying to use up some of this paint, and I actually did end up using all of that dark yellow. And after multiple coats, they were finally done, but I felt like the dark yellow just didn't match well enough with like the pastel flowers. So I went back over it with the pastel yellow, which took a million more coats of paints. And I was getting kind of worried that the paints would like cover up the sticker part, but I was still able to like peel it off and stick it onto the mask. And here I am, I put on the glasses, the little cheeks, which I thought was a really cute detail. And I tried my best to fit the flowers where they were supposed to go. I didn't do a good job at planning ahead like which flowers were going to get which color. Originally my idea was to have the pink in the center and then kind of alternate the blue and the purple, but apparently they have like specific spots that they go into to like fit in the shape. And I didn't realize that, and it's too late now because they're already painted. So the blues stay together and the purples stay together, which at first I thought was really going to bother me, but honestly I think it looks fine and cute still. And they also had these little like orange gemstones, which don't really go with my colors, but I don't hate it enough to not use them. And I also had a few pink stick-on gems from a previous kit in this series that I also just added. And then I tied on the string, which I'm really glad they had because I didn't have any of this kind of elastic string. And this is how it turned out. Honestly, I think it's a lot cuter than I was originally expecting. and I'm pretty happy with it. I don't really know what I'll use it for. I don't really have a use for this kind of foam mask, but I'm really happy with it, and it just so happens to look a lot like this needle punch kit that I did last year, which I thought was kind of cool. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Bye!